Capricorn, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do your mid-March reading. We're going to take a look at your overall general energy, what you may not see coming, and get some important advice from Spirit. Let's jump right in. Thank you for sharing this space with me today. It's a pleasure to welcome you here. Welcome back if you're returning. Let's see what your angel number frequency is for the month ahead, the next few weeks. A lot happening in the cosmos, y'all. Hope you're enjoying this Pisces new moon. All right. An upcoming eclipse season. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading. Okay. We're going to take a look at your overall general energy today, what you don't see coming, and get some important advice from Spirit. I'm also working with a new category called the Hidden Truth. All right, so we're going to get all into that and more in a moment. But let's first talk about your angel number guidance for the next few weeks. 101, okay? Whenever you see this, the angels are speaking directly to you about starting over, okay? This is about intelligence, dynamics, making a difference, failures, personal or spiritual development, okay? Those are focal points for the rest of the month. Happiness is linked to self-expression, growth, and experience. Learning from failures is key. Happiness is real, possible, and around you. Understands its process and the pursuit of it. Joy is fluid. It's in the little things and the big ones. Fails are fun. Start fresh. So you may have had something that didn't pan out, whether it was an idea, a project, a job. It could be something bigger, a relationship, okay, a friendship, something where you felt like, okay, we've reached the end of the line, and pardon me, we've got a retrograde coming up, so if I start to jumble up my words and start mashing up, my apologies. So Spirit is indicating that they are very well aware of what you were beginning anew here, and of a recent ending in your life in some capacity that has taught you a lot, Capricorn. All right, let's get started. I am jumping into a brand new tarot deck that I got last week. It is a beautiful deck. It is called Tarot for the Great Outdoors. And it has nature as its highlight. All of the cards depict a setting in one of our great, beautiful national parks here in America. So I hope you enjoy them. They're beautiful. All right, Capricorn, what are the current energies coming into this reading? What are the current energies for you? What's going on? Woo! All right, we're going to take the bottom one. That is the base, the sun, okay? I love that. You're trying to find happiness, or you could really feel like you are beautifully connecting with nature. I love this. This is Cadillac Mountain on Acadia National Park in Maine. This is the point at which the sun rises here in the States first. So all of you out there in Maine, if you're in Acadia, you're going there this spring, summer, fall, you get to see the sun rising before anyone else. So this is speaking to me on such a beautiful level of you have an opportunity to maybe see things that other people don't in order to capture feelings of bliss, happiness, and harmony. Make sure you take those moments for the rest of the month, okay? There's always a moment, right? It's in the little things and the big things. It's in our failures. It's in our successes, okay? It's all around us. Crossing it, the moon, wow. Wow, talk about a dichotomy here. Wow. You may have felt in recent weeks that happiness was a bit elusive. You either felt like it was unattainable and it was hidden from you, or it was such a deep feeling of happiness that you didn't even know how to handle it. I'm feeling overall a feeling of freedom. This card is in Craters of the Moon National Monument and Preserve. Look at that. I believe that's in Alaska. I could be wrong, though. Beautiful, beautiful. The sun and the moon, the yin and the yang. You could have had someone into your life where you felt like you were complete polar opposites. But there was something about the connection that spoke to you. Let's see. 8 of Stones. This is otherwise known as the 8 of Pentacles. This is about, you might have to pull the weeds out, right? The hard work that we need to do when we are cultivating our gardens, okay? You may have had to weed out certain beliefs. This is in your challenge position. So maybe letting go of arguments, of things that maybe didn't feel so good, Capricorn. This is about releasing, right? What isn't serving the greater good in your perspective. I'm getting that. It's in your perspective. Perception is everything, okay? Two people, two different stories, right? But it's how we perceive events of our lives that help us integrate them in a healthy way, okay? You're feeling big energies the rest of the month, and I think you're really evaluating the things in your life that you know you need to change, okay, moving forward, so you can reap what you have sown more effectively, okay? And this is taking delight and pleasure in what you do, okay, out there in the world, okay? The work that you do, okay? While it may be arduous and it may be difficult, make sure you pause and take it in, okay? Take in your successes and learn from anything that you perceive as a failure. I don't really believe, I mean, there are endings in our lives for a reason. It doesn't mean it failed, okay? It just means it didn't succeed, okay? Recent past, Ten of Vessel. Oh, Capricorn, this is a beautiful reading. You could have reached a very, very beautiful place of happiness. This is contentment. Who doesn't love floating down a lazy river in a tube, all right? A lot of times you got some soft drinks, some lemonades, or some beers trailing behind you in the cold, cool, crisp water. Boy, I'm dreaming of that right now. Don't we want to do that this summer? This is, I mean, happiness and rainbows, sunshine, enjoying time with friends, okay? You could have recently had a vacation, or you just reached a place inside where you just felt contentment, okay? Contentment. Opportunity for the rest of the month. The Fool. Capricorn, you're in a brand new energy here. And it's feeling so good. I mean, with the sun and the moon, too, it's a place of balance. True inner and outer balance. She's standing on the top of a hike, mountain, right? She just spent quite a bit getting to the top of this mountain, ready to begin a new journey, taking in the beautiful expanse of the Great Smoky Mountains. You're ready to take a risk, Capricorn, in your opportunity for the rest of the month. Can't wait to see what that's about. And then in the near future, the Hanged Man. Look at that. He's just reading a book right by the waterfall. I believe, is this in Niagara? No, now I'm going to massacre this. I don't even know where this is. I think this is in Ohio. Cuyahoga? Cuyahoga? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not getting it, but I'm pretty sure this is in Ohio. It's in a Cuyahoga Valley National Park. Okay, Jenna, I kind of got it. But he's enjoying a book on his hammock, okay? Spirit is saying in the near future, you really need to take a time out and rest, okay? Rejuvenate. Go somewhere out in nature and enjoy taking a moment to reflect on your life. Hanging Man is a period of pause. In this picture, he's not uncomfortable. He's very comfortable. So go to a comfortable place within yourself or outside of yourself and learn, okay? Learn about your path, listen to spirit, tune in, right? I think you're going to be tuning into spirit in the near future, okay, for guidance. Overall general energy for the rest of the month. The Hermit. A lot of majors, Capricorn. This is a significant transition you're going through right now, okay? Ending something, opening up to something brand new, coming back into a state of balance, finding peace and harmony, doing the work, okay? Making sure you rest. This is beautiful. I feel like you're in a really deep period of healing, okay? Going through some sort of ending and into a new beginning. The Hermit, okay? This is about solitude, taking time out. Look at that. That's the Aurora Borealis in Alaska. Voyageurs National Park. I know that's Alaska. Look at that with the moose. You could be wanting to go out into seclusion, right? Somewhere in the middle of nowhere, where you can commune with the spirits, with the ancients, and dwelling with the spirit and the house of the spirit of your own inner being. There's something very beautiful about the energy that's coming through, Capricorn, for you. A period of stillness, quiet, inner reflection, openness, right? Okay, what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck. Six of Blades. Preparing for a journey. Look at, they're packing up. They're going out on an adventure. Okay, so you could be working on preparing, all right, to take on something that's going to empower you. The Emperor, this is the face of El Capitan, okay? Intimidating. Okay, you could be stepping up into your own authority, gathering your resources, your energies, all right, for the journey ahead. Something that's requiring you to prepare, Preparation is key, I'm hearing. Okay, cutting the deck. I'm going to put the hidden truth over here. We're going to get to this. We'll put this over here. I'm running out of space, y'all. The hidden truth's over here. We're going to clarify that in a little while. I hope you enjoyed that deck. I'm a big fan. I love nature. I've traveled a great many national parks in our country. I can't wait to do it with my daughter and loved ones. Okay. Let's clarify these energies, shall we? I'm going to use this modern deck. It's been kind of a theme for the mid-monthlies. Everyone's been getting the same decks. Big energies. You're coming from a period of instability, lack, okay? You could have left someone out in the cold. You could feel a little bit left out in the cold. You may have invested in something that didn't work out recently, and like I said, you're coming back into a state of balance afterward, okay? It's not easy to do after we close one door, preparing to open another. But you're doing it, Capricorn, and you're doing it beautifully, okay? This is incredible. Yeah, 4 of Cups. You're disappointed. Whatever didn't work out for you, disappointed, okay? Made you feel very defensive, very defensive. You know, I think that you might have been in a state of hypervigilance in the recent weeks, months, and now it's that calm, quiet place of reflection afterward, following maybe, you know, things being stirred up a bit in your emotions. All right, the sun. Let's clarify the sun here. Why is the sun here, Capricorn? Mid-month. Finding happiness. Coming back into balance. True balance, yeah. I felt this. You had a tower recently, and the tower might have just been, what do I need to change, right, to bring more balance into my life? Temperance is a card of tempering your energy, okay? Because when it either you became too lethargic or things became too volatile. Whenever we go through those periods, right, of emotion, it's really about coming back into balance. So it's hard, right, to put our happiness first. And I think that's what you had to do. And it required you to leave something behind in order to do it, okay? It was that you might have had this revelation, right, this knowing. It's time for me to move on, all right? In order for me to seek my true happiness, my true fulfillment, I've got to do something hard, okay? And I think you did. You may have had to move on from a person, place, or a thing that you didn't really want to, but you knew you had to because it wasn't really fulfilling you or making you happy anymore. What's the moon here? Yeah. The King of Cups is a period where you were seeking more emotional balance, emotional fulfillment, okay? There's choppy waters around the King of Cups, but he's calm. He's in an inner state of balance. She's also leaning against a tree, right? Trying to rest and recuperate, looking at a new opportunity, trying to move on from the emotions of letting go of an older opportunity, okay? You move slowly. Crossing this energy of you coming back into balance is a slow progression, right? Of letting things settle down for you emotionally. And also holding on to a bit of disappointment. I think that something deeply disappointed you. I think you really wanted something to work out, Capricorn. You put a lot of energy into making something work. Then I think did bring some level of satisfaction and happiness, but there was something off, okay? I think there was a lot of love here, but it wasn't enough, you know? And that's sometimes, it's a hard thing for us to accept sometimes when we realize that the love just isn't enough. It doesn't mean you didn't love enough. They didn't love you enough. It wasn't enough for the relationship to last, the situation to last, the circumstances to last. Whatever it is that you wanted to last here recently, I think you had to dig really deep. There were a lot of unknowns, and so you started to move a little bit more slowly, okay? You may have had to encounter something sudden, and almost like it kind of blew up, right? Something might have blown up in your face, and you're like, I got to get out of here. I need to move forward. And as you move forward, I think things have started to settle down, but you're still looking back, feeling a bit disappointed, okay? You know, there's a lot of emotion that I think is churning within you that I think you're willing to actually move through and face. I don't feel as though you're ignoring it. I feel like you're taking it head on and you're processing it, okay? Let's clarify this overall general energy with the Hermit. Taking time out for yourself, okay? Period of solitude, gaining more enlightenment on your path so you can open up to a brand new beginning. Capricorn, yeah, 10 of Wands. You had to drop a heavy burden. I think you You had either a tug of war inside of you. It could be two things, really. Usually it is. You had a tug of war going inside you in your ego. Okay. You had one voice saying stay, one voice saying go. Okay. And you could have had to really communicate some difficult things, or someone had to communicate with you some difficult things about, this is no longer sustainable for me. Okay. I'm getting that. This is no longer, whatever this is, whether it was at a workplace, in a friendship, or in a love bond. Okay. A partnership. Romantic, platonic bond, something that was deeply meaningful to you, okay? Things were out of balance. And I think what you're encountering this month is dropping the burden of having to move on from that and trying to find answers around the lesson, okay? You're learning lessons here around either how to respond differently next time, how you want to be making better decisions for yourself in the future, okay? All I know is this energy you're taking is you're learning. You're learning about when things get so difficult in your life and it becomes that hard, you have a right to drop the weight of it and let it go, okay? You are letting go. It's almost like your ego doesn't want you to, because you put so much work into something in the recent past, okay? And it did provide a certain level of happiness. I want to find out why, what is this 10 of Cups? What happened here? The World, the Empress, and the Knight of Cups. You had something come into your life that really made you elevate in your status, but you're wrapping up a cycle where you're learning what it takes to make you happy. The kind of people you want around you, the kind of support that you need around you. What makes you happy, Capricorn? And there was some conflict around that. Well, is it this person or is it me? Like, it's time for me to make myself happy. And I think that's what you started to do. And when you start making those declarations, right, inwardly, and maybe even telling people whether you're unhappy and you need your circumstances to change, you took your own empowerment, okay, back in a situation. And I think you did have a new journey begin with someone where there was an opportunity to be extremely happy, okay? There was a messenger of love here, okay? And it really elevated your status and you felt like you had it all, okay? I'm not sure if you're still talking to this person or you're trying to come back into balance and you're moving on from a spat, but it's left you in a state of deep inner reflection here about what you want with this person in your life and moving forward. I feel as though you're having like an existential discussion with your guides and with yourself about what gives your life meaning, about who you are in the world, about what you want. This is deep, deep inner reflection, okay? I mean, we have the Hermit, the Hangman, the Fool, the Sun, and the Moon, okay? This is not a light reading. No wonder I took the last couple days off. I had to because my basement flooded. Talk about the Pisces new moon. You may have been flooded with emotion recently, okay? And this is about you settling down in the newer energies and releasing what needs to be released, whether you had a relationship end or you had to suffer a blow to something, okay? And it required you to come back into balance. But from what I can tell, for the rest of the month, you're really trying to quiet the voice of your ego because it's been kicking up loud, okay? And it's almost like, okay, this voice in my head needs to stop talking, okay? Becoming that observer, I think we've talked about this recently, Capricorn. Really paying attention to what your inner voice is saying, okay? To you, about you. Make sure it's kind, okay? Yeah, I think you're going through some sort of ego death. Some sort of period of reflection and growth. Because Spirit is saying it's time for you to become more empowered on your path. To make decisions for you that empower you, not disempower you, okay? That make you happy, not unhappy, okay? And happiness is an internal state. It's an inside job, okay? And I think you're working through that with Spirit right now, okay? Stepping up into a brand new beginning. What is the Fool energy for the rest of the month? Opening up to a brand new beginning. Willing to take a risk. What is this about? Knight of Wands, you're ready to move forward. I think you're stressed about this ending. Yeah, Knight of Wands, death, and the Nine of Swords. Listen, when we go through extreme periods of transformation and we have one chapter close, okay, Listen, you elevated, okay? I think you realize that you are doing just fine on your own. That's the thing. Sometimes we might have friendships, relationships, family members, partnerships fade away. And then you're left standing alone. And maybe what you feared all along because you were in ambivalent. You maybe have had a period of ambivalence. I just heard ambivalence about an indifference. Should I stay? Should I go? Is this right for me? Is it not? When you get into those mental states, you get confused on your path. And Spirit is saying there's no need to be confused, dear child. I'm getting that. There's no need for you to be confused, dear child. You steer your own boat. You know where you're going. You know who you are. When you know who you are, you trust. This is about self-trust, Capricorn. Can you trust yourself in your path and its unfoldment, right? Can you take delight in even the hard things because they serve beautiful lessons for us in releasing our attachment to people, places, and things? Can you trust in the unfoldment of your path? That Spirit has you here. They're cradling you in these weeks, okay? In this transition, as you boldly move forward. Try not to stress about you coming back to life again, inside of yourself, okay? Outside of a partnership, outside of a close friendship, outside of the job you once knew, outside of the phase you used to be in, all right? Whether you retired, or you had some sort of huge transition in life, had a baby, right? All these big things that impact us. You had something really impact you on your path recently, Capricorn. And you're realizing what needs to change in order for you to adapt to this beautiful higher octave of energy within you, of empowerment, of love of self, okay? You could be doing a lot of work in your career, the opportunities to keep moving forward. Try not to stress about you being in your own energy, okay? You're going through a huge transformation after something ended, okay? You're making important decisions about your life path, and that might be what you're stressed about. Well, what do I do now, Jenna? Where do I go? Where do I belong? What do I want to do? Take those decisions one at a time, okay? Be the observer. Let Spirit lead the way, okay? The whole collective is feeling this energy, okay? Because we're wrapping up the end of the astrological year, heading back into Aries season, beginning anew, okay? So you're wrapping up a massive, massive previous year here. We all are. What did you learn this past year about yourself? Let those lessons carry you forward, Capricorn, okay? Yeah. You're experiencing some heartbreak, and that's the challenge. I think that maybe you didn't want to let someone go. Maybe you knew it had run its course, but you still wanted them in your life. And that's the thing. If they're meant to be in your life, they will return at a more appropriate time. But right now, you've got to work through the pain. And don't bypass it. It's like you're thinking too much, right? Spirit is saying you got to feel your way through it. You've got a lot of new growth coming, and it's going to come out of this pain, okay? And I know we don't want to learn through pain, but sometimes we do, okay? It's the necessary risk that we take when we open up our hearts, okay? Please don't take whatever pain you're feeling the rest of the month in your heart space. It's a negative thing. It's providing you with the opportunity to grow. Okay? You can charge forward, you can avoid it, but I think Spirit is saying lean in to the pain, journal it, talk to it, ask it. Pain, what are you trying to teach me? Pain, why are you here? What is it that you're asking of me? Pain is a teacher. Okay? We try to avoid it. We don't want to feel it. There's some sort of loss that you're dealing with, Capricorn, and I don't know what it is. It's different for all of you. But through each loss that we suffer, we learn what belongs, what doesn't belong. Let your pain serve as a vehicle of expansion and growth for you, because that's what it will do. If you welcome it. Pain isn't there to try to hurt you. And it's not to teach you to close your heart down. That's the thing. I think you're trying to keep your heart open and do the work to learn from this whole experience that you've had. Okay? What's this timeout? Yeah. You may have had a victory here, but it was bittersweet. All right? Maybe you had to do something really difficult. You had to take a stand. And as hard as that is, I think deep down you knew it was the right thing. Just because it's the right thing doesn't mean it isn't hard. Okay? Yeah. Queen of Swords, difficult decisions. You had to make some difficult decisions, and now in the near future, you're not sure. It's like, okay, you clear out an energy in your life, it opens up more space, okay, for you to reflect and then for you to consider what next. You could be looking at lots of different options here in the near future. All you know is that you've gained wisdom on your journey and it's time to come back into balance. You could be making a choice between two things in the near future. And the strength that it's required is for you to be fearless, okay? I want you to ask yourself, if I wasn't afraid, right? Whatever you did already has not been easy, Capricorn. I think you've made it through the hard part. The Band-Aid's been ripped off. And now it's healing, all right? The wound. And in this period of healing, how are you going to take what you've learned forward on your path? You're going to let it empower you, okay? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, Capricorn. You get to decide whether you're going to come back into balance after this or not. I think you're on the path of your true destiny. And in order to do that, we have to release things that aren't meant for us. And I think either someone released you, or you released someone, or you released yourself from a job. Something major impacted you and hit you. And you're really trying to come back into a place of balance, peace, harmony as a result. And I think that you will be. It's just, this is a transition. And while you're going through this transition in this deep period of reflection, you really are trying to get clear. What do I want? Who do I want to be? Who do I want to be with? What kind of person do I need to transform into? What do I need to release about my beliefs about myself, about love, about my career, in order to come back into an inner state of inner peace? The Hangman is the pocket within us that guides us with faith and clarity. You are gaining more enlightenment of self. I think you're looking at yourself and all the things that you need in order to follow the life that you're destined, okay? Queen of Swords doesn't come without a lot of sacrifices. So whatever you had to sacrifice recently, I think you realize that it's only going to serve you in your own bravery. You did something very hard recently, whether you said, okay, I need to let this person go, or I need to let this person let me go. It feels like a person. Someone that I think you really did experience a lot of happiness with, Capricorn. And I'm sorry if you're letting go of someone who either through physical death or emotional death has left your life. You're coming back into balance. What are you preparing for, what you don't see coming? You're preparing for something. What are you preparing for during this period of healing over the next few weeks? Moving forward, the Chariot. You're preparing to come out of a place of, you know what? This is not what I want. This is not fulfilling me. You're coming out of a period of, why do I feel left out? I look at people and they're so happy. They're open. You may feel withdrawn, shut down. I think you're trying to connect that part of you that feels alive again, that is hopeful. You're trying to find your hope and faith again. And I think you're going to find it, okay? You're going to find it, but it's about turning your perception from a state of lack to a state of hope and faith. And that does not come without sitting still for a moment, okay? In this stillness, I feel like something has really affected you on a profound level, and instead of running from it, maybe a younger version of you would have just run from this. You said, not this time, Spirit. I'm gonna lean in. I'm gonna lean in to the lesson here, and I'm gonna become empowered, and I'm gonna move forward. And in my brand new beginning, I have everything I need to move forward in my life. But what I don't need anymore is to feel negative about my path, to feel like I don't deserve it or I'm not worthy, right? You are worthy, Capricorn. You are deserving of all that you desire. And you have it at your fingertips. But you got to move through the pain. That's the challenge. And once you get to the other side, you realize, wow, I've grown so much as a result of that experience. It's all in perception. You want to look at the glass half full or the glass half empty. And I think you're making a profound shift in your perception. Where I started this reading, it is our very perception that changes everything. Let's look at this hidden truth. What is the hidden truth here? The Ten of Sticks. Sticks is the wands. Again, the hidden truth. You're dropping the heavy burden. And it's time to open up to other people. I think you're trying to find your community, okay? And this is your community within, too. The parts of yourself. We have all these parts, right? When they harmonize, it creates a beautiful symphony that we feel internally. When they're disharmonizing, you feel out of whack, okay? I think you're coming out of whackness. The hidden truth is it's time to come out of feeling out of whack on your path, all right? And that requires us to pull our chariots over, right? Do some tinkering, do some repairs. You're doing some internal repair work so you can shift your perception. Let's clarify this hidden truth. Actually, they're telling me to grab a new deck, and we'll do that as well for the advice from Spirit. The hidden truth is it's time to drop the burdens, all right? Hone in on your intuition. Make your home a place that lifts your spirit, the energy. Bring in anything and everything. Crystals, incense, dream catchers, plants. Bring in a feeling of harmony. This is about making your own interior landscape a safe place, in your own home a place of inner sanctum, sanctuary. Dropping the burden, all right? Your path got a little bit heavy as of late, Capricorn. I can feel it. And you're taking a pause. And I think there's been a lot of foundational shifts in your home. And maybe what you believed was the home that was within another person. You're building that home and fortifying that home within you. Ten of Wands. The end of a long journey, Capricorn. That's the hidden truth. It's been the end of a long journey. And you're ready to start again. Yeah. The wheel is turning. I think you're looking at the hidden truth here is that something became unhealthy in your life, okay? And it's about when you start a new beginning with people in love. You want to allow your destiny to unfold naturally. I think things maybe got too hard in a connection. And you're in a period of growth in your heart space. It's like I really honestly believe the hidden truth here is that you are sitting down with your heart over the next couple months and you're having a very deep talk with what your heart wants and needs. Really journal about this. I'm feeling guided to tell you, take pain, right, as an outside force, as a teacher, and ask it questions, whatever questions come up. Pain, what are you trying to teach me? What was the lesson here? And then take love, okay? Love, what are you trying? I think you're going to, this exercise, the hidden truth, I'm getting this really strong vibe that whatever you encounter with the pain and the love, right, that has served your lessons here, I think you're coming out of cycles where you either were encountering emotionally unavailable people or you were, in fact, emotionally unavailable because you were not. There's something about we all need to find that place within ourselves first of being truly vulnerable within ourselves, willing to look at all the parts, the ego, right? The soul, right? The intuition. You're ending toxic cycles. It got really hard lately, okay? The wheel is turning in your favor. If you want to know if new love was coming to you, it is, okay? It is coming to you, okay? But you must first incorporate the lesson and heal, okay? Lest you will encounter the same energy as before, okay? Let's get some advice from Spirit. You need to take this time out, Capricorn, in other words, all right? You could be evaluating. You could be really looking at this past person, okay? But I love them, Jenna. Spirit is saying, I know you do, sweetheart. I know you do. I know you love them to the depths of your being. And if you were really honest with yourself, I think that you miss them dearly. But something got unhealthy here and things needed to change. And as hard as it was, you did what was hard, honey. You let them go. Whether they did it to you or you did it to them, you let them go. And that is the hardest thing to do. Is that if you love someone, set them free. If they don't return, it wasn't meant to be. If they do, then it was yours all along. And I think that you're testing this connection. How true was this, Spirit? Was this the person, or was it an illusion? Or did it serve what it served? Were they really meant for me? You're asking a lot of questions, and you're reevaluating and reassessing a connection in your life, Capricorn. And you're learning from it. It's like you're reviewing it. You're reviewing all of it, from the moment you met to the moment it ended. And it's teaching you a hell of a lot. So ask those questions, journal about the love and the pain, okay? It will help you on your healing journey. What is the advice from Spirit? This person taught you a hell of a lot, Capricorn, about healing. I think you miss them. I think there's something about the soul bond that you had that was unique. It was unique, whatever it was. I think you're learning a lot about what it takes to be on the same page with someone. And the healing work still yet to be done in order for you to feel like an empress. Okay? Whether they didn't show up, they showed up in a half love, or you showed up in a half love because the healing work had not yet been done. Someone did not feel healthy and whole in this connection. It could have been both of you, and it didn't work. I think in order for you to get on the same page in the future with another individual, or perhaps with this person, because you are reevaluating the role they played in your life, whether you want to be with them or not, you're still learning the lessons and you're incorporating your healing work through it. Okay? Spirit is saying you will have new people into your life. You were on a healing path. You were elevating to Empress status, Capricorn. Whether you're a male or female, this is about nurturing self in your healing. Okay? So you can find happiness again inside. Okay? And you can shift your perception from this loss into a place of hope and faith again. Okay? Let Spirit guide you through this deep, deep, beautiful, beautiful, transformative work. I know you've got this, okay? I'm here for you. I'm here with you. I feel such a profound sense of reverence for the energy that you're in. I honor you. I honor the path that you're on right now. It is a hard, hard, hard journey, but you're going to get through it. And I think that you're going to look back on this time in your life a year from now and say, bless you. Thank you, for it really served my growth. Okay? Take care, Capricorn.